going on, guys? It's your boy Dexter. Welcome back to the 180 Cut. I got a video today talking about some exciting news. I start Barber College February 4th. I am driving back from Modesto right now. I just went to the academy. It's called the Cutting Edge Barber Academy, and it's a newer college. Maybe two, 3 years been opened up. But I just got in, got my gear, talked to the manager, Miss Annie. I'm looking forward to starting on Tuesday and getting to meet my instructors. And I just wanted to talk to you about the process that went behind me choosing this academy and the story behind that. I think it's pretty cool, and I think it's worth a share. And maybe it might inspire some of you who are looking to go to Barber College or looking to start an apprenticeship and share some knowledge with that, or even if you're just a young person who's looking to get into college. And I hope it's a help to you. I know that it was an amazing learning process for me and kind of nerve-wracking, but here I am. I start in 4 days, and I'm telling you, they can't start any sooner. And I'm excited to pursue my passion and to take this next step. But anyway, let's get into the content, right? Let's get into the story behind me choosing Cutting Edge Barber Academy. I decided sometime in 2019 that 2020 I was going to go to Barber College, and I was going to graduate in 7 to 10 months. Normally a barber college to graduate takes anywhere between 10 to 12 months if you're doing 40 hours. So, you know, if you're doing part-time, it'll take a little bit longer, 15 to 18 months. But I wanted to get done as soon as possible. So, still in 2019, I applied for government aid in FAFSA. I applied for it because I still lived with my parents. Obviously, I put their taxes in. I wanted to do it right. I didn't want to try and cheat the system because I knew that it would get back to me, you know. The Bible says you reap what you sow. So I didn't want to start off my career and start off my passion and start off my future by lying on it. And it's the best thing I could have done, because even though I didn't get any money from the government aid because my parents made too much, even though I didn't get any money in regards to that, it made me look at other options. And sometimes, I don't know if you're like me, when you set your mind to something, you want to pursue it and you take action to pursue it, and you forget to look at your surroundings. You forget to look at the different parts in your life and the different things that have happened that could possibly change your plan or make it not work, even though it worked in your head whenever you started that plan. I don't know if that makes any sense or not. But the reason why it's such a big deal is because the barber college that I was planning on going to in Stockton, about 10 minutes away from my house, was $18,000. And I was counting on my government aid to cover $8,000 to $7,000 of it, to bring it down to $10,000 or $11,000. And obviously that's not what happened. And as I was talking to the financial aid supervisor, this is how I knew this wasn't the college for me. Instead of her telling me to wait until April, instead of her telling me to wait to be financially stable, she automatically threw at my face to get a student loan for me to pay for this college. And I knew that was not an option for me. I'm not dumb, you know. And I'm not saying people that get student loans are dumb, but they try and rationalize it. They say, well, you know, let me pull out this student loan at this crazy interest rate, and by the time I graduate, I'll be working my dream job, and I'll be able to pursue that, and I'll be able to make that money back. Easy money. Don't worry about it. The interest doesn't matter because I'm going to pay it off. Without realizing the statistics that it's around 60 to 70% of students that go to college do not finish their college career in whatever that is that they started at. And the thing about that is you can give up on that college career, but your student loans don't go away once you give up. They're still there. And it's crazy to me is some people won't look at that and won't realize that, and they want it now and they want to do it now, and now they're 20, 30 years graduated and they're still owing money to Aunt Sally. They're still paying off their student loans. They're still in debt. They're still living paycheck to paycheck, and that is not at all what I wanted to do. So that's how I knew that college right there didn't have my best interest in mind. It didn't have my future in mind. What it had on its mind is that they were going to get their bag, and they weren't worried about me getting my bag. And that right there was an automatic turnoff. And that's what started getting me to look at different options for me going to Barber College. I wasn't phased to the point where I wanted to give up, because this is something that I'm motivated and I'm passionate about. I looked at that as an obstacle, and I said, how can I get over that obstacle? And what I did is I started looking into apprenticeships, which beforehand I wasn't interested in. I didn't think it was worth the time, the 2 years to put into that for me to get my license. I didn't want to sacrifice my time to cut the price down, because the apprenticeship was $3,000 compared to $18,000. And it sounded real good in my mind, but as I started to realize that I would spend 2 years at a shop and working at that shop for $10 to $12, just keeping tips, I knew that's not what I wanted to do. I'm already 22 years old, and I want to have my own barber shop a year after I graduate. So now, instead of going to barber college for 9 to 10 months, I'm considering going for 2 years at an apprenticeship to get my license. And this is where most people look at that and they say, well, then do it, get your apprenticeship. But something that's smart for you to do is to talk to your mentors, talk to people that have already been to where you're at. One of those people is by Barber, Vic. He was able to help me out in regards to that situation. I hit him up and I sent him a text message, and I said, hey, yo, Vic, what do you think about me going to be an apprentice at your shop? What if I just do an apprenticeship instead of going to college and stay there for 2 years? I mean, your shop is a shop I'd love to work at. I would love to do that. And he just straight shot me down. I was kind of disheartened, you know. He said, no, that's not a good idea. But as he started to explain and give his reasons behind it, I realized he was right. And I started to think more clearly about it and realized that it would push me back a total of 3 years for me and my goal to open my own shop. Instead of getting my license in 10 months and working my butt off for a year at a barber shop, I would be doing the same thing, but in 3 years. But there had to be another way, you know. If I can't go to this college for $18,000, I wouldn't be able to start barber college in the middle of the year. That wasn't something I wanted to do. And there had to be something that I could do. And I was doing my research while I was still texting Vic, and I said, there's this academy in Modesto. What do you think? What do you think about me going to this shop? I sent him a link to the website. And the thing that interested me was just the price tag. It was $7,000 compared to $18,000. It was something I could do, and I could start in February, which is my goal. And he looked at it, and this is mind-blowing to me. And Vic hits me with a text message. Check this out. The main instructor there, Angel, he used to be my instructor when I went to Paul Mitchell's college and where he got his license. He said, that I trust that dude. You should go there. And man, that's all I needed. That I looked at that and I said, you know what? If this is a recommendation from one of my mentors, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna pursue that. And it's smart. That's smart for you to do as a person. If you're looking to go to college, think of your mentors. Maybe it might be your parents. It might be a teacher that invested in your life. It might be a pastor. It might be, I don't know who it is, your aunt, your uncle. And talk to them about them. Ask them about it. See what they think. Don't get so much in your mind that now that you're an adult, you're making adult decisions that you don't ask other people for help. Just because you turned 18, just because you turned 19 doesn't automatically make you know everything. So that's what I did, and literally we had that conversation with Vic. I probably had that conversation a week and a half ago. I went to that academy. I introduced myself to the manager. I talked to them about my finances. I talked to them about what I can do and what I can't do, and they worked with me. Full time for them is Tuesday through Saturday from 8:30 to 5. And And I can't do Saturdays because I have a ministry. And if you watch my introduction video, you know that ministries is above my career. And I want to keep God in the forefront of my life. And I knew that I cannot get rid of my ministries that I do at my church on Saturdays and on Sunday to pursue my career, because God would not bless that. And I talked to them and I see what could I do? What can I do to be able to make this schedule work where I'm not doing part-time, only 25 hours, but I'm doing full-time. And they worked with me, and what they did is I go to full-time 8:30 to 5, Tuesday to Friday. And on Monday, I go to the classes from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. Total, I'm getting 37 hours, and I can come in on my free time and be able to still hit 40 hours. That was so amazing, because that showed me that this college is willing to work with me. They're not too worried about their bag. They're worried about my future and what are my interests. And not only that, the deposit is $1,500 by February 4th. Brother, I only got $500 available for you. So I talked to the manager. I said, Miss Annie, look, I really want to start on February 4th, but I only have $500. I know the deposit's $1,500, but I get paid next Friday. Can I give you $500 now, give you $500 next week, and then the rest of that $500 2 weeks from that date? And without hesitation, she said, yeah. She said, sure. Guys, that's amazing. That is amazing. The Bible says you have not because you ask not. Don't be too afraid to ask questions, to see what you can push, the boundaries you can push to get to where you want. Because if you stay stagnant at where you're at, you're never gonna grow. If you don't ask questions, you're never gonna learn. The worst they can say to you is no, right? So I thought, hey, why not? Give myself a shot. Rest in peace to my boy Kobe, but Kobe says you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. And if you don't ask, then you're never gonna know, right? So here I am, I'm starting classes February 4th. I'm getting ready right now to go to work. I work at Domino's as a delivery driver, so I'm getting ready to work. I start at 4:45. I got about 30 minutes. But anyway, just want to let you guys know that I'm super pumped. I'm super excited to start February 4th, Barber College, and I'll keep you guys posted on that. Thank you for watching on the 180 Cut, and I'll see you shortly, all right?